Hi, welcome to another episode of Out of Stand Nation. Man, I, like epic. Like this November has been so epic. Like so epic that I just want to get started. To hell with the introductions. You already know who we are, or probably
Hopefully,
don't. But
hopefully.
our names are on our frames anyways. So, like I said, epic November has been continuing. First week, second week, third week, fourth week have been some pretty amazing stuff that's dropped on us, and this last week of November has been no different. So, let's get straight to the first topic. AOA with their first comeback as with the remaining members since let's see, Bingo Bango last year. Was it February around that time? So, they've been active on Queendom. We saw them perform. They've done an amazing job. I don't care about what their ratings and their votes were and points, whatever from that show was. Everybody did a fantastic job, really. And man, so with AOA's "Come See Me," it continues on with a little bit of that Western theme that we saw from when they performed on Queendom. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a better job with the implementation because on Queendom when they performed "Sorry," they kind of had a bit of like this weird. Some parts in the song was kind of out of place where it kind of broke the pace. This song I felt was much better paced.
I feel like that they definitely had more time for this one because they only had maybe a week or two.
I think they had like about 1 or 2 weeks for Queendom.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised that this one was probably better than Queendom's.
Yeah, because Nick, did you checked out "Sorry" from Queendom?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Like, because they had like a what was that? Like a like kind of like a tropical house infusion in there for especially at the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just weird because it really broke up the pace of that song. Whereas with this song it's a bit more of a consistent sound, and I don't know. I just feel like it just kept me engaged throughout the whole performance of the song.
It was good.
So.
Yeah, it was definitely a much more engaging track to listen to. It was something a lot kind of like you said, easier on the ears to listen to, because there wasn't a lot of change of flow. There are a couple places where it changes flow a bit weird, kind of a bit odd timings, but it's not bad. If you have a song that is consistent flow the entire way through, it gets boring. And it's another thing that specifically ballads are really are kind of plagued with, and they can't really control it. Because ultimately, I mean, how are you going to change the flow of a ballad for the most part?
Yeah, I mean, there's some things. I mean, you got the bridge, you got
you have a bridge,
like a violin solo.
Yeah, and you have
solo. I mean.
They use a lot of pauses, right? Pauses in the instrumentation. Yeah. But you've heard enough ballads, and you've pretty much heard everything they can do to change flow.
Right.
And so
I mean, they're still good.
Changes in flow aren't bad. It's kind of when you put them in an awkward situation, like how "Sorry" was, that it becomes a bit of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I mean, "Come See Me" was a lot better. I'm not really. I don't really stan AOA. I don't really know anybody from the group aside from Jimin, I think. Yeah, I don't think I know anybody else. But I still liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of that? Like kind of Western infusion? Because I don't think anyone else has really done that this year. Oh,
what?
No, I take that back. I think one of those new groups did.
Some Western infusion has been implemented. So there's one of the Nuga groups did. There's a saying that people who follow Nuga groups have, and it's Nuga groups are always a year behind. So if you remember, 2018 was the year of Western infusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a ton of Western infusion. I mean, because it primarily relates to BTS blowing up and inside of the Western market, and Blackpink blowing up, and all these other groups blowing up. So everybody was trying to do Western infusion, and now kind of new groups are kind of do that. But it is a great kind of bring back to like, hey, you can put Western fusion in a K-pop song and it doesn't sound out of date yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like have it because it, you know, like even from like the imagery of the music video, you could see you could even without the music video, you could still see a little bit of that Wild West imagery in the song itself as well. And I thought it was a very good break, really, because I mean, we didn't talk about it on this show, but I know it came up in on our Discord chat before, where some people have remarked that K-pop has gotten to be very generic these days, which really you could say that about any era.
Song.
Yeah.
Really, you could say it about any era of like from 2010, 2009, 2014, whatever. If you're focused on a particular segment of the music market,
yeah,
we've been expanding our
even that. It's been observed by a lot of music theorists that music recently in the last couple decades has become very bland. Just pretty much all over. I mean, it's not even just K-pop. It's American pop. It's American rap.
Mm-hmm.
It's there a lot of genres have just become very bland, and that's because inside of America, at least, decades ago, back in like the 2000s, it wasn't as worth it to just make what everybody else was making. Now a lot of worth is placed on that. Mm-hmm. Now a lot of worth is placed on that, and so, a lot of people are doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think too, if you focus on particular segments of the music industry, you will see that a lot more often. But when you look at the industry as a whole, you will find a lot of places where there's still new things being come up with. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, I feel like it's people trying a little bit different to differentiate themselves, but overall, there are very many similarities. Mm-hmm. But that comes with anything. Like we've said before, there's not much room for originality. I mean, it's not to say that everyone's a carbon copy of each other,
right?
And that's also not to say that having no originality is a bad thing,
Yeah. What I was just getting at was I think for this year, AOA has done a pretty good job of standing out with this comeback.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
really. I think really like we've had an insane amount of comebacks we've covered this entire year, and I found myself rediscovering some of them by random, right, on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure it's the same with you guys. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that song came out back in like April. But I think this comeback will stand out that, next year I'll still come back and remember the song and pull it up. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I mean, AOA loves to randomly pop up in my brain or in my playlist, but it's good. It's always worthwhile.
So let's talk about the music video for a bit then. I liked it. I thought it, the imagery was very suitable for the song itself.
Yeah.
The choreography I liked a lot. I wasn't like super blown away by it, but just mainly like because I just found myself getting slayed by Yuna at every shot. So,
I feel like this was a lot better than a couple of their last ones. It really draws back to that femme fatale feel for me. That they did for, I believe, Like a Cat.
Okay, yeah.
But then there were also other various imageries that called back to some of their older music videos. Like Haewon, Haejong, I don't know. Well, Haejong was holding her guns, very similar to how Yuna did for their Get Out music video, which was, oh gosh, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, maybe longer. It's been a while. I don't remember the dates, okay, but it's been a long time. And then even though it may not be a callback to them, but this Jimin's section with the whole like jewels and the beads and whatnot, the lighting and the beads, even the costume choice was very much reminiscent of the photo shoot from Twice's Feel Special album as well, that we saw in I think the photo teasers, which is not to say it's a bad thing or to say it's a copy, but it looked good. It was very well done, and it helped to enhance the femme fatale look by kind of creating that majestic aura, you know.
Yeah, and I think they did a good job too with the camera work because
oh yeah, AOA's always had really good camera work for their music videos.
Yeah, because it wasn't like it really had good pacing to like the way they would pan and sweep some of the scenes, and those sweeps especially would match perfectly with like the song itself, like the way the song was paced. It was very high production quality all throughout. So yeah. Yeah, I think we've pretty much hit everything.
We've covered most of it.
Because like, yeah.
So let's move on.
Yeah. So this next one, Aura. Who is she? Is this a debut or is this someone that I've never heard of before?
I'm pretty sure it's just someone you haven't heard of before. So
okay.
This upcoming artist that we're about to talk about, her name is kayLa. She had a debut earlier this year in, I believe, March.
Okay.
This is her first comeback album, I believe, called Closer.
Okay.
She was originally a cover artist on YouTube.
Oh wow.
So she does have her own YouTube channel. Now, if you look on her YouTube, she actually released this before it was released via, I believe, Stone Music.
Okay, yeah, it was Stone Music.
Yeah. So, yeah, she released this a few days before, or maybe even a week before. But no, she released it before Stone Music did, and I didn't find out about that till today, to be honest. I was like,
okay.
Oh, this is really good. I like this. I like this a lot. And then I saw one of the top commenters say, "Oh yeah, this is kayLa Jinhee, I believe it was."
Talking about how she had her own, or has her own YouTube channel where she does covers.
Yeah,
that's like how she got her start. Yeah, I saw that comment too.
Yeah, kayLa Jinhee. Oh, Jin Lee. I don't know why I'm messing up right now with names. I'm sorry. But no, she has a lot of covers on her channel. So for those who want to know more about her, check her out on that. We'll have a link and whatnot. But I felt very calm. The song was very calming. And if you've listened to her debut song, I believe this is actually a lot better, in my opinion. I felt like...
Okay.
I don't remember what the other music video was called, but I felt like this one was better.
Well, I mean, obviously if you don't remember the other one, but you remember this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, regardless of the fact that it's newer, so...
I do want you to see what you guys thought about it.
Okay. Nick, you want to go first?
Sure. This is probably one of my favorite comebacks of this month. It's really, really good. It's really well composed. It's really well arranged. I mean, I can't really find a fault in this song at the moment. I mean, it's live instruments. It's live piano, live keyboard, and live guitar.
Yeah.
You know, and they did everything that they needed to make the song great. I mean, especially the flow of the song. The flow of the song is insane. I mean, it doesn't. It almost feels like it doesn't start flowing, but it doesn't stop. You know.
Okay.
Like there's never a point where you're like, where like, you have to think about like, the flow of the song is like, it's interesting. So, as far as that goes, I'm really impressed. I didn't know this artist before, but I probably have to check out a lot of other stuff that she has.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out some more. So, this past week I've been kind of on a binge of like ballads and whatnot. So, I mean, you guys have seen in the chat. You know, I've been checking out a lot of Lucia and Leonare.
Yeah.
So, I wasn't blown away by it. And one thing I was wondering, and it took me a while to kind of figure it out, like, I was wondering if, like, if it's because like she could have put more emotion into the song, or if it's just not that type of song with the way it's arranged, that you aren't gonna put in a lot of those type of vocal inflections to you really kind of draw that emotion.
I feel like it's her style.
And so, I'm not familiar with her, so I don't know her style.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with her style either, but from this song, she had a lot of breath in her voice to make her voice softer. I mean, you heard it when she went up to the higher notes. You heard her actual, like her full timbre and everything like that. But when she was normally singing, you know, she used a lot of breath, and
kind of gives like that airiness to it.
It does, right? And it gives that more. It gives that more of a softer, like semi-vulnerable vibe, I guess, is the way to put it.
Yeah, because like, you know, with the song itself, you know, it's, you know, closer, right? You're or for me, I mean, anyways, I'm expecting more longing, I guess, for like as far as like emotion. So, I don't know. I think I just missed it. Or if that's just, you know, how the song itself is supposed to be arranged. So, because like a lot of the songs I listened to, you know, they were very heavy on the emotional delivery because they were very dramatic songs, right? In fact, some of them being melodramatic. So, you know, it really painted my expectations. So I feel like that's really unfair to her to have listened to the song with those type of expectations. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a little bit of it is she was trying to blend her voice in with the instrumentation, because like we've talked about before, real instruments are very hard to blend your voice into, because they have a specific type of reverb that they have on them that just the human voice just doesn't have.
Yeah, it can really overpower, especially with that airiness to her singing style.
Right. Well, at least in
reverb
the song,
will easily overpower that.
I mean, it's still her second MV. I mean, granted she's been on YouTube, but she's probably starting to get training now or whatever. I don't know for sure.
Do you know if this song is digital release or if it's an actual album?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really don't know.
We'll find it out later.
I mean, she's a rookie artist, so it
could be digital.
There's still more room for growth. And I do see the possibility of her growing more.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this was a misstep. I'm just not too sure if I got the wrong set of expectations to really kind of judge with.
Yeah.
So, again, this is just me, right? I'm not trying to tell anybody that she's a bad singer or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I liked her. And but everyone has their own opinions, and like we always say, everyone, even though we may or may not like a certain artist, everyone should judge for themselves. Go watch these music videos.
I think give it a day of Jihoon exploring her music, and he's gonna
pick up on her style.
It's just gonna be completely different. Yeah, figuring out her style and like her vocal timbre and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just watch next week. Jihoon's just gonna have a whole kayLa binge. Like, hey, have you checked out this one? Have you checked out this one?
kayLa Stan Nation. Yeah, it's just gonna be posters like in the back, just like handmade posters.
Wow. So this, I think, is this like the first or second time now where I'm like the standout from you guys?
Yeah, it's one of the few.
One of the few.
Yeah.
But
It doesn't happen very often. I generally, at very least, well, I mean, it's not I didn't like it. I'm just more indifferent or neutral, I guess, to the song. So
yeah. I mean, again, we're not going to like every single. We're not gonna agree on every single song.
Yeah. But again, just like Nick said, I probably just need to do a bit more exploration into her style. So
yeah, but now let's just try to bring Jihoon back into the fold, into an artist that he and Nick have been raving about all year.
Yo, but you love this performance too.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's right.
Bibi!
That's right.
Bibi!
Oh my goodness. Yes. So Bibi, so they released like a, I guess you call it like a live music video, live shot video.
Yeah.
Of her performing Step, and my goodness. So, we've talked about her debut and her previous, and her first comeback as being a minimalist style. This one steps it up a bit, and her singing is still got the same swag, right, that she's always had, and same with that stage presence, but she kind of puts a little bit more into it, or I should say a little more style into it.
Yeah. It's so fascinating,
right? Even like her subtle gestures as she was holding the mic and kind of like moving and singing along.
So you mean when she hit the wall?
Yeah. Like,
because I don't know what prompted her to do that, but she just like literally like halfway through the video or like most of the way through the video, she just hits the wall. She's just like, all right. In like the slowest song in existence, she's hitting the wall. I'm like, okay, chill out. But I mean, that's a lot of her personality, to be fair.
Yeah.
And you know, I thought they did. I thought it was such a great decision to also include a live band to play along with her.
Mm-hmm.
Like that really completed the whole thing for me. And I mean, just having them like surrounding her and performing like on their instruments while she's in that cube.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Like I love the sound of all of it.
I thought that, to me, even visually, that was amazing because it shows that yes, that group, that team, that band is still there. They're supporting her, but overall, she is still the center of it all. Yeah, she brings it all together.
And I mean,
and with that, what's up? I was gonna say, like, because with that live band, right? And with her putting more style into it, it really made the whole thing like that much more like organic and engaging. Like it was really like pulling you into that atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
it really pulled you in.
I think I really like this vibe that she has. Because it's such a unique vibe because of her vocal style.
Yeah.
And because of her ability, because she knows exactly when to blend her voice into like the pre-mixed track, and then when she knows not to.
Mm-hmm.
And like
one thing that really got me as well is when she's singing Stairs, right? Because she's holding that R for so long.
Oh yeah.
But also at the end, when she goes, when she says we got the stairs, and then after the music's already cut out, she's still holding it, and then she goes to step. That is probably one of my favorite music tropes that's not done in K-pop ever. Because the general rule of thumb inside of K-pop is that you sing, and then usually you're done singing before the music's over, before the instrumentation's actually done.
Yeah, I mean, and you do see that in American R&B, especially like older R&B soul.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of that also gets kind of like overshadowed too by like when they include a lot of ad lib in those genres.
Right.
Right.
And also, I mean, usually I can predict where a song is going to go, just because having heard so much music,
Right.
Like especially when you're a high volume consumer like we are, you eventually learn to predict where music is going to go.
They learn where how to
All right,
predict.
well maybe Aura doesn't, but
Yeah.
and
Well,
I mean I'm sure
'cause,
I'm sure a lot of that helps that is my music theory knowledge, but this is like at the end where I'm going to talk about the end a lot, but anyway, at the end I was like, where is this going to go?
Well, because you also said before, you also told me earlier this year that you're not familiar with jazz, or because jazz is like a genre that you don't really care for.
It's not a genre I explore. It's not a genre that I really listen to. It's kind of there's really two genres that I just don't listen to, and that's really like jazz and country.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like jazz. I don't hate country. It's not something I'll go and seek out, but I do love a lot of jazz. Like I have entire albums of jazz and even some on vinyl. So
Yeah. I myself have to be with Jihoon there. I love jazz. You know, I think it's got a certain taste and flair to it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So this right here, Nick, I think I don't know. Do you think that this could kind of open up your mind towards jazz a bit more? Because there's a lot of jazz done in this style.
I'm not sure. I'll have to see.
Especially paired with R&B, because so jazz, R&B, and soul, they often get fused together. Especially most prominently during the 70s and 80s, and I think the 90s also had a bit of a resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to kind of go digging back in history to find those examples.
Yeah. It's a potential because usually my point with jazz is that jazz is a genre where music theory, whatever you want to call it, isn't really a thing. You know, it's similar to the blues.
Okay, so I think you're
aspect.
thinking of like especially like the constant like or I should say with like Kenny G or who else? Because like there's a lot of like famous like jazz performers who do like it's basically nothing but like one long jazz solo, right? Sax solo from start to finish, right? That's what you're thinking of?
No, I'm not thinking of that. I'm just thinking of inside of the genre itself there is a lot of that prevalent. Is that where, you know, scales are kind of more relative. Music theory isn't really taken into account when playing. It's more about the feel and the vibe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for sure.
And
yes.
For me, because of how analytical I am when it comes to music, it's more about music theory rather than the vibe. You know, because you know, of how much music theory is ingrained into my brain at this point. If the music makes sense by music theory standards, I'm going to like it to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, also there has to be a lot of other things prevalent, but that's the main factor. And that's why, like, I don't really listen to blues. I don't really listen to jazz. I just don't listen to country. No.
Yeah.
Not for me. No thanks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you know...
And then BB eventually comes out with a country like K-pop song.
which will probably stand anyways.
yeah, I mean, we stan.
It'll be like the one
But-
country song that will stand, right?
Yeah, we
But-
stan. I mean,
So yeah, I mean, you know, what you say makes sense because like I've already said before, right? I'm a very experiential type of listener. I like to get immersed into songs. I love to get pulled into like their atmosphere, their environment, their vibe.
Mhm.
So that would make a lot of sense as to why I love jazz and blues, R&B, soul, because that is a very essential part of that experience, and especially for a lot of the songs that you guys hear me rave about in K-pop throughout this whole year, right? That's one of the biggest things I always rave about is that experience.
Yeah.
Getting pulled in. So
and it's
And
funny
this
because
song-
I mean, you know, you look back and I mean, R&B is not something I'm like the most experienced in, but it's something that I do listen to.
yeah,
I mean,
and you even had a
we talk about it in our first gen groups all the time.
yeah.
Because I mean, you know, I listen to some like kind of more R&B style first gen groups. Like, you know, I listen to more of
POD.
like Chakra's stuff. where they have a lot of R&B
Rain.
songs. Yeah, Rain, G.O.D. Yeah. So I mean stuff like that. But is this a gateway? Probably not. I think it more stops. I think it more stops at BB more than starts at BB. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So since before we make it too long, let's use this as another gateway to the next artist because BB is featured in it.
Yep. JYP. So, as if November wasn't already epic enough, JYP throws his hat in the ring and says, "I'm coming back." Right. So
he's done it.
The man himself decides to show everybody how it's done, and wow. So JYP comes back with Fever and features Bibi, like rookie artist of this year, right?
Yeah.
She just debuted back in February this year or
I don't.
March.
I'm not.
So-
Something like that.
It was
Something like that.
earlier this year. She
Q-
debuted
Q1 or Q2.
Yeah.
and she has a collab with one of the legendary artists of K-pop.
I mean, yeah, it is pretty
And-
freaking amazing.
It's pretty funny because you ask us back when we back when we found out about Ruan and BB,
Yeah.
especially because we
Dude,
found out
we
about
were
them at the
hyping
same
that up.
time.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, Ruan's got so much backing.
Yeah.
BB's probably going to be Nugu for quite a while.
But we were hyping up her talent too, and just like we were saying, like she's gonna go places eventually. Just
Eventually,
don't know when.
it's just probably going to be a
Right.
slow thing. And we were expecting Ruan to just like blow up.
Yeah.
All right, Aura.
Yeah.
All right, but it feels like it's worked almost completely opposite. BB's just blowing up.
But with
She's-
how much
She's good.
with how much we recognized her, like I feel like JYP has acknowledged our eye for talent. I'm ecstatic about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
So let's actually talk about the song now. So JYP, he's back with that what is this, like a big band swing style, as he's done before. It's kind of starting to become a sound that's becoming more and more associated with him because this is let's see, he's done at least one other comeback with it, and then he's produced groups in the same style as well.
Yeah.
So it's starting to become associated with JYP, the company, and JYP, the artist himself.
Wait, does he whisper JYP in this song? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I don't recall,
I don't think so.
but I thought I loved it. I loved the energy of the song. It was just fun, exciting, and the music video was so over the top, like so outlandish. Those soul faces that he makes is just.
I mean, JYP, it is very much a JYP song.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
There is no one style to describe how he is in musically, or I mean, pretty much anything.
Yeah. He's
It's just-
definitely his own man.
It's just JYP. Like it's just
Yeah.
JYP things.
Yeah, and like I just love too, like how all these other male artists, right? And not just artists, like you name any of the execs from like the other labels.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the same kind of self assurance that JYP does in this music video, right? He's not taking himself too seriously. He doesn't care. He's just putting himself out there as like a goofball because he's got the self confidence for it. He's JYP. He's the CEO of like one of the biggest labels in K-pop.
Yeah.
He's a legendary artist of coming up 2 decades, or is it already two decades now? Yeah, probably more than 2 decades. Like he knows who he is. Everybody knows who he is. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
And
I mean, on top of that, he's got one advantage that most idols don't have today. And it's that he doesn't have restrictions.
Yeah.
You know,
He is the man.
I mean, who's gonna restrict him himself. Like, okay,
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, you know, whereas, you know, other groups, you know, Twice and whatever, you know, they have the restrictions set by him. You know, he doesn't have those restrictions because he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's great in that aspect because you know, it allows him to show exactly, you know, who he is.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely gives off a more. This song gives very much of a more like fun and outgoing compared to
Yeah.
one of his other songs that he released earlier this year
Oh, that one was for his
newborn.
newborn.
Yeah, newborn. Which, by the way, I feel like when that kid gets older, he's going to go, "Oh God, that's my dad." Just saying.
Yeah, the see-through pants and all.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
like, since you did mention Twice earlier, I did really like his little like piano tuning
Oh,
to Feel Special. I like that touch. I like that.
That
touch.
was great.
So what do you think of the song, Nick?
I thought it was good. It's not like, I don't think it's something that's gonna go like hardcore in my playlist. Just because it's not really my style, but I really
Well,
like
it's a good change-up.
It's a really nice change up from like, because there's been a lot of ballads recently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's November, so
It's the winter, right?
Yeah.
Like we talked about before, we always expect more ballads in winter. We expect more slow songs. We expect kind of everything to just kind of slow down.
This was a little bit more unexpected because
It was.
this was a fun song.
It was,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I
on top of
loved
that,
it.
it was really just nice to listen to a little bit of a change of pace. So
and Bibi did not lose out.
nah,
Like,
she was like, no,
kept
I'm coming
up.
for this. This is my song
Yeah.
now.
She's like,
Yeah, she kept up with
Bam!
JYP, with the legend. So, man, like, you remember in the previous episode, we was like, yo, is it like that Bibi?
Yeah,
Like, the one that just debuted Bibi? Like, nah. It's gotta be a different Bibi.
yeah, no way. It's got to be like another artist that we haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Or another
and then,
artist
like,
that just
she
took
shows
the
up in the
stage
music
name.
video, and like, I'm like, oh my god, like, that's actually Bibi.
I actually was waiting to see your guys. I kind of wish we did like a reaction video just so we could see your guys' reaction. Like right
You
there.
fangirled so hard. You fangirled super hard. Well, at least I did, anyways. Yeah. So, Aura, what about that video, man?
It was bright.
It was bright.
It was.
It was
was-
fun.
It matched so well.
Right.
Like
He was such a goofball. I loved it, man.
like because it showed him in his like relaxed apartment kind of like style, and then all of a sudden he sees his neighbor, and he's like, all right, now I gotta he starts, his imagination goes wild. He starts like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, loving this. It very much flowed well with the fun style. The colors were right. It also brought a lot of, I guess, something that won't go overboard, but with the whole sexual
Oh yeah,
part,
yeah.
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
It wa-
always been a part of JYP's style of songs when it comes to music videos, but it never crosses a certain line.
Yeah. Because I can't remember the title of the other one that I'm thinking of. It's like what 2014 or so, 2015. I can't remember, but it was something like something what Shake What Your Mama Gave You or something like that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
Yeah, that's
Shake
what I'm thinking
that,
of.
shake that baby, or something like
I
that.
can't remember what it's called, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, like I said before, what I really loved about this music video and the song itself is that it's kind of over the top. He's not taking himself so seriously. He's not trying so hard to be like this alpha male. Like, oh, I'm so tough. I'm so hardcore.
I mean,
Right?
it definitely shows his personality because, like, even if you look at the latest episode of Knowing Brothers with him, Daeyeon and Nayeon, it should be him, Nayeon, and Daeyeon. oops, my bad, seniority thing. But no, like in the trailers, it even said with the members of the Knowing Brothers, they were like, so it must be hard to talk casually with your boss. Both Nayeon and Dahyun were like, no, not at all. Heck, for one of the games that they were showing in the trailer, they even showed Dahyun yelling at JYP like, Jin Young! So, by the way, once I find that episode, I'm watching that as fast as I can.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you. I'll send it to you later.
But yeah.
So yeah. So let's. Why don't we just go on to our
music videos of the week?
Music video of the week.
Alright.
Man, so this is another tough one. So
isn't it always a tough one?
Actually, for me, it's
Epic
not.
November.
No?
Nope, this is not that hard for me this week. I've already got it on lockdown. I had it the minute I heard it.
Go for it, Nick.
Yeah, kayLa's closer.
Okay.
All right.
100%. I mean, there was 0 contest this week. I was blown away.
All right.
What about you, R?
So, with so many good artists, we didn't even touch on all of them.
True.
We couldn't touch on all of them.
Oh yeah.
And so we didn't even touch the Japanese ones that I put up. Thanks, guys. But no, I've got to agree with kayLa. Her Closer was really great. I mean, it's not the best song out there, but it shows that she has potential. She has potential. Mm-hmm. Heck, we could see her in the next JYP music video.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, for me, it's Bibi's.
Yep. Knew exactly where it was going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Like AOA with "Come See Me," fantastic. kayLa's Closer. I mean, I liked it. I didn't dislike it. I just don't know if I had to, if I didn't have myself calibrated properly with the right expectations. JYP's Fever, man, that one almost got it too. Like I almost gave it to JYP's Fever. Like seriously, it was super close. But what really got me was just that live performance with Step. Really, like I loved it. So
I mean, good. The best thing about this right now is that Jihoon did not mix all of them together. Okay,
I almost did. It was so close.
He didn't. In the last 2 episodes, you mixed them all together. At least you picked one this time.
Man, I almost did, man. All right, I almost did. It was that close.
So now that we have that out of the way, let's move on to our quick shots.
Quick shots with Aura, starting with Nick.
All right. Well, oh no. All right. So I don't know if you guys have seen recent news, but Momoland has lost 2 of its members, and there is potential for a third. This comes after a lot of speculation that Daisy and Taeha would not be renewing their contracts or would be canceling them because they've been on hiatus. However, it's a bit of a surprise that it's actually Taeha and Yeonwoo that have left Momoland. MLD has stated that Taeha and Yeonwoo are making a new start by leaving the team. Yeonwoo is going to focus on her acting, which doesn't come as much of a surprise to me as I thought it would. But and then pretty much what they said is that Taeha is going to make a new start in a new place. So potentially could be seeing a redebut by a different company. That is my hope. Hopefully as a soloist, because Taeha's voice is really unique and could really do well as a soloist. Yeonwoo is going to be going to focus specifically on acting, following her landing the role in the new SBS drama Alice. If you guys know me, you know Yeonwoo is my bias, which is very unlucky.
Yeah, she was mine too.
Yeah, so you're feeling what I'm feeling. So we hope the best from them.
As always.
Also, regarding Daisy, they are still going through a mutual discussion, and we will be informed as soon as they reach an agreement. So there is potential there for Daisy to also leave the group, but also to stay. So we'll have to see what comes from that. So.
All right. Well, so for this next one, there's no real good way to get to kind of roll into it, so we'll just go with it. Former member of Kara, Kuhara, has passed away 24th of November, and so she was also a very close friend of former FX member Sully, and
who
little
passed
over a month
away.
ago, she passed away as well. So, it's really kind of highlights is how important it is, to maintain that your mental health, and how quickly things can spiral out of control. As always, we offer our condolences to her family, friends, anyone that ever cared for her, which would be a lot of people. So
I mean, another thing is, they also, they're known, it's pretty much known in the community that they've also received like a lot of malicious comments. Sully was even part of a show that was about reading malicious comments. Oh jeez. I'm trying not to cry because I did honestly cry after hearing this news for like 4 to 5 days. But these idols are humans too.
Yep.
I know sometimes it's hard to remember that because they're celebrities, they're idols, we usually see them with bright smiling faces. But they have feelings. Honestly, they have feelings. And by spreading these like malicious comments, you do hurt them. And it sucks. It honestly sucks.
Yeah.
So, try to be better people. Try to spread more love, try to spread more kindness. Be more like the idols who try to do good.
A lot of people also think that idols don't see everything. And that's just not true. They see a lot of things. They see pretty much everything that's on their social media. It's not like they don't look at their social media after they post and they don't see things. They see everything. It's just their level of interaction is heavily limited a lot of the time. So
yeah.
They do see comments, but it's just unfortunate that the way the human brain works, they take the criticism a lot harder than they do the good comments. So they see the one bad comment in the thousands of good comments. So definitely just don't post that kind of stuff. It just isn't right. It doesn't make you. It makes you kind of a bad person posting that stuff because you don't know how it affects somebody. It's easy to hide behind the veil of anonymity on the internet, and it's just not cool.
Yep. So,
So our hearts do go out to their friends, their family, their fans.
Yep. All the people that are so affected. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, all right. You ready to bring us into the next one?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. So, you know, this is going to be a 180 kind of change of mood to try to make things a little bit better.
Just rip that Band-Aid off, man. Just go for it.
So, good news. CL is having a comeback. I believe she announced it via her, or she put up a teaser on her YouTube. And CL is having a comeback. Sometime soon in December, within I believe the next 2 weeks or so. So,
yep.
You know.
Is this going to be an American release?
I don't think so. I think they put up news about it a day or two ago. They put it up the 28th, so 2 days ago.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all that we really know about it. All that I know about it, at least. So, you know, if you want to know more, follow us on our Discord, and we'll keep people updated via that as well.
Yep.
We keep everyone updated.
All right. So, Nick, you want to keep that good news flowing?
Let's do it. All right. So, on November 30th, at the Gochuk Sky Dome, the Melon Music Awards were hosted. And a very monumental thing happened so far that I know of. This is, I believe, the first time a K-pop group has swept all 4 daysings.
Yep.
I think ever, right?
Yeah, according to a Superbee article, it's the first time it's ever been accomplished.
So, no surprise as to who it is. I'm sure everyone that is currently watching has guessed it. BTS has swept all 4 daysings. They got Artist of the Year, Record of the Year, Album of the Year with Map of the Soul Persona, and Song of the Year with Boy with Love. Before the ceremony, Melon also had announced the winners for their top 10 Artists of the Year. Some of those artists include BTS, EXO, Ball 4, Taeyeon,
Yes.
Chungha, Mamamoo, and quite a few others.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There'll definitely be, if you want to go check it out, just go to Superbee. The Melon Music Awards are there. Other notable things is like Best New Male Artist, Best New Female Artist, both going to TXT and ITZY. So,
yeah, I mean, if your favorite artist did not make it on there, I mean, you can go ahead and join us on Discord and complain about it, because I got some artists who didn't make it on there either.
I mean, okay, there are some artists we didn't even name that did get on there, but you know, it's a huge list, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so
there's a lot of artists that for some reason didn't even make the Melon Music Awards nominations.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of it is on about. But you know, if your favorite artist didn't make it, make sure that you come complain with us. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll complain with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they have a lot of complaints.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to throw it back to Aura to finalize our quick shots with Aura.
All right. So, Ailey, she is having a comeback. Finally.
Yes.
She is, I believe, having a Korean comeback. I think it's a Korean comeback by the time this episode comes out. But she's also in talks with her newest U.S. agency, Rocket E. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Rocket 3, Rocket E, whatever. But she's also in talks to them about a U.S. comeback. So I don't know if this upcoming comeback is supposed to be U.S. or if it's a Korean. But she is having a comeback. Look forward to it. We're already probably behind the times because we're talking about it. We're going to post this probably after her launch of the music video, so
Yeah.
we're already
Everybody's-
behind the times.
Yep,
but
everybody's laughing at
whatever.
us like, what happened? It already came out. Why are you guys posting this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who cares? We talk about it now because this is recorded before it released.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So, with that being said, we got any final words for the episode, guys?
Stand
good.
Bibi.
Yeah.
Be good.
Be good people. Don't be evil.
Be
Be
good.
simple.
Show love, and love your idols, and say something to them. If you can.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, just stand talent, stand Bibi.
Absolutely.
Stan kayLa.
Totally get behind
Yes.
those statements. So, well, this has been another episode of Idol Stand Nation. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And we'll see you next time.
Adios.